But, of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Hello ladies, gentlemen, and Gingies. My name is irishgingy, and welcome back to the Beginner's Guide. So, it has been a fat minute since we played this game last. But, I wanted to come back to it. I've looked at some clips of this game that I recorded in the past couple of months, really, because of the best moments clip and then the channel trailer. And I thought, you know what? I liked that game. Why did I stop playing that? So I'm back. I'm here to finish it because I'm interested in what happened to Coda. So the last time we played this game, it's been a while, so I'll give you guys a rundown of what happened. So essentially, at the beginning of the game, you're introduced to this character named Coda, who's a real person. And he created these games because he liked creating games. And he kind of had this like artist headspace where he would create games and then he'd be like, I don't like that. So he'd go on to the next game, you know. He liked doing it, but he wanted to be better and better and better. And the narrator knows Coda well. And he made this game so that he would start making games again. And so he's been making games. He's kind of fixated on the same ideas, trying to improve it over and over again. So like an example of that would be the prison. So he did the prison idea game over and over and over again, and it was crazy. He was just trying to improve upon the idea. And so now we got this game where you're kind of like cleaning around, and it's all like fun and games, and the narrator is talking about how Coda has been the happiest he's seen him. And then the game stops suddenly. And then that's where I stopped it. I'm going to finish this game in one more video because I want it to be actually immersive. I don't like how I've been breaking it up. So, and it's not much longer than this. Like, there's not much left. So, without any further ado, let's get to the game. Let's figure out what happens. Oh, the puzzle, baby. Heck yeah. Missed this puzzle. Still remember how to solve it, I think. Oh, there's no... Oh my goodness, it's so dark. Oh, that was where we came from. Oops. Etsy data don't look like we're gonna have to go up there. So yeah, it's been a while since we played this game. Also, the Stanley Parable is another game that was, I think, made by the same people. Or the same person? I don't know. But I want to play that game as well. So, and I have it. So I'll probably play that soon. Hopefully. Oh, there's the lamppost.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
Oh, he was mid-thought. See, that's why you can't break up the videos. I don't even remember what he said last.
This one gets a bit goofy.
Items you love at Members Day price? What? Oh, dang, this is reminiscent of every day in college. Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. I came here to become perfect. Oh, now I'm a different person. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends and people in your life to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you think you know is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly? This is easy. It is so easy.
About halfway through the game, the perspective shifts.
Being perfect is effortless. This is the key. How do I achieve with no effort? On the way to work,
and you play as the teacher.
And
suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Oh, sweet. This one, I guess. I don't know. I still love you. It's just that you make me feel cold on the inside. Being alone must be awful. Well, let me tell you right now, it isn't. If it isn't effort, at least, then it's not the right answer. What? I'm just gonna do this. Drinking is not hurting my life. What? Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. If you're torturing yourself, trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. I don't even know anymore. Thank goodness all you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. Seek out only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? You. I'm developing this growth. Okay. I don't really agree with that. Just kidding. Do you want to do some ecstasy after this? There is no truth. There is no path. I'll just do this one. Best teacher ever. This is what my teacher does. He goes here, he talks for a bit, and then he goes over here and starts pointing at things. Which is okay in a regular classroom. But when it's a recorded lecture, and all I can see is this, a bit meaningless. What if I'm not a good teacher? Do what is easiest, do what is simplest, feel what is true. Holy crap, you guys, something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out. Nothing. No one. It's coming for you. It's going to destroy you. Everybody, run. Run! Yeah, seriously, what is that?
I fell pretty hard
really
for this
cool,
one.
though.
I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Interesting. Can't say I totally understand the purpose of that game, but
this one took a
was
lot longer
interesting.
than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Maybe he took a break. I knew something about that once upon a time. Glad I'm not doing that anymore. I don't want to go that way. You know what? There's probably going to be nothing down there. So... Oh, I could have entered through there. That's a lot of light. Oh my gosh, that scared me. I don't know how I didn't expect that. Places, please. Lights, camera, action. In this scene, you will be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall. Oh, this wall. Okay. Who's talking to me? Good. Stay right there. The woman across the room is in a chair. In this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It is your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. 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 Go on, say something to her. Where's the bathroom? What are you doing? Being an idiot. You're deflecting. You're not saying what's actually on your mind. Stop dancing around it and have a conversation with this person. Do it again. Dang. That is so relatable. I'm super, super scared right now. I like you. Here are all my hopes and dreams. I'm super, super scared right now. No. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. How can you be reserved and confident? For some reason, it was just that one moment. But I was confident. Maybe it's that you need to feel better of the setting. A better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. Oh, I gotta bounce these. Can I get in like an endless loop? No. You must have worked really hard to get to where you are. I'll bet you've learned to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you've had to make? What are some sacrifices you've had to make? You're messing it up all again. All up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal. That quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. Dang, that's so relatable. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. It's like nothing you say is ever going to be right in your mind. Like you always question what you say. The lamppost again. He does fixate on the lamppost. Interesting. And now I can't go back because it's over. The moment is gone. And I was too worried about what I was saying and what it meant to what I was saying to just keep going.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Dang. June 2010. Mobius trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. What? Okay. I really want to open my eyes right now. Okay. I'm gonna open my eyes. I don't know why it happened to me too. Help, I'm blind. I can't see anything. What's going on? I'm just gonna say, help, I'm blind. You can't see anything either. Blind. No, I have no idea where we are. Please, someone talk to me. Oh my goodness. It's kind of scary. What? So do I just not say anything?
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already.
Yeah.
It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
There is? Oh. Research. What's going on? Uh-oh. This is where the dome comes in. SS Whisper. Can't die like this. Can't die like this. Ooh. Oh. Truth. The only way to stop it is to speak something that was honest. I can't keep thinking. I don't feel it anymore.
Like I said, I was getting concerned.
Strange.
First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from?
Keep going, keep talking.
But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore.
It's going to be easy.
And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
Dang, yeah. We're going to be okay. Yeah, that's rough.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
I mean, at least he's trying to, like, involve himself in it, though. Like, it may not seem healthy, but I think that it's completely healthy to, like, reach out in what you're passionate in. Hello, where am I? What is this? Where am I? I'm right next to a tree. It's a nice tree. I like it. Where did this island come from? How do I get out of here? Hello? Is anybody there? This is creepy. But kind of calm at the same time. Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I've talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. I am lost. I can't really see anything. I'm completely out of ideas. When I try to create, I feel empty. I have nothing left to give to my work. I don't know. Completely out of ideas. Oh no. What's happened? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going, and it stopped. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me, to start it again. The engine line. Left or right? Right's always right. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that said fart. What? You have to take me to it. I need to see it. I know why it stopped. I know why it stopped. Obviously somebody pressed the off button. Can't take
If the
you to
last
it.
game
There's a
featured
problem.
Coda talking explicitly
Oh, I
about his
can't.
creative frustrations,
Guarded by difficult
this
problem.
one turns it up to 11.
You can help me solve
Now,
the puzzle.
put yourself in my
Find
shoes playing
Yeah.
this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration,
I
anxiety,
pressed 3
depression,
and it just
even.
said deal.
And yet still he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
Dang. Maybe he feels like he's really learning from it. Sometimes I feel like that, making YouTube videos.
Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet. And so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
First, you have to close the door. First, you have to open the door. Okay, now what? Now you walk inside. Now you have to close the door. Now what? And then... Alright, what's next? Press the switch here. Ah, it was so simple.
You can't talk
So
yourself
simple.
out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
There's no machine here. Sounds like somebody's crying backwards or something. You have to say what your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Okay, making games is simple. Ah, it feels wonderful. But it wasn't true. It's not true. Don't worry about it, just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. When I make games, I feel completely energized. I'm constantly excited and enthusiastic about my work. It is easy. It never stops being easy. Constantly excited and enthusiastic about my work. Yes, that's wonderful. Keep going.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me.
Every time I make
I was
something, I
watching
feel
him
better
do
about
this to
myself.
himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
Dang. Any sacrifices made for my work are worth it, 100%.
I don't know.
Yes, more.
This
Keep
is
going.
what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten.
Prison.
I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop. But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Dang. Well, I should say also that this is a field that I want to go into. I mean, I'm getting my CS degree because I want to make games. And so I've tried to make games before. And I mean, I make YouTube videos. You know, like creation, being creative, it's hard all the time. But it's so rewarding at times. So it's hard to stop even in the hard places. Sometimes it's really easy. I don't know, it's weird. Man, I'm glad to see you've arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intended to be quick, I intended to be quiet, I intended to be brutal. I intended to be quiet. Because, you know, I'm the master at slapping people very quietly. Just like... Very good, just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. I didn't read the rest of it. Yeah, a bit of attention is probably accurate. Can you give us a minute? No, I don't want to. That's a lot happening. Wow. The machine. There she is.
And of course, it's the machine.
You stopped. Stop feeding us. Your work was keeping us alive. Your work was keeping us healthy. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you've put them through? It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through. That any of us could make it through every day. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do this job? How about this for a start? You need to go to the people who are out there and apologize to them. You have to admit to the people that you allowed them to suffer. And so to apologize to them. You dumb machine. I mean, not you. No, nothing. Think carefully. I know how to hurt you. I have seen the thing you fear. Okay, well I want this to be quiet, so I'll just scare him a little bit. Or her, who knows. I've seen the thing you fear. Alright then, I'll speak to them for you. Hello everybody. Excuse me? Hello? Oh. My friends. You are here. Bro, you're gonna have to point it a little bit this direction. You're not actually getting me with that crotch angle. Falls on me to deliver bad news. I have a troubling revelation. The machine will not apologize to us. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. I don't know if it deliberately hurt us. I don't want to lie. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. We're stronger than it thinks we are. Let us pay it retribution. Let us show it that we are not failures. Let us pay it retribution. Follow me, we will destroy the machine. Follow me, we will destroy everything that machine has created. Okay, well I don't want to destroy the machine per se, so I guess we'll just destroy everything that's created, which I don't really want to do that either, but looks like I have no choice. Oh shoot, we got a gun, ladies and gentlemen. And Gingies. We're gonna... Oh. Interesting. Coda, I'll make sure your work dies here. Coda, I'll make sure you are known forever. Known forever. Because the other one sounds really depressing. Isn't that what you've been scared of? exposed to the view of the others every day forever.
So now the
Seen
work
in
is
naked
becoming
clarity.
self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his
Maybe.
games. It might get him out of isolation.
Oh,
And so, as I'm thinking this,
Friend?
I realized
Or-
that I could be the one to
Oh.
initiate it. Because it would never
Hey,
occur to
buddies.
Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
fair question. Dang, these are all the games that we played. Little snippets of them. Oh, I can fall through.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people
Okay,
that I knew
great
and
game.
trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games.
Oh,
You know,
that's great.
the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Yeah, I've liked them. Put down your weapon. Yeah, these games have been like very different from other games that I've ever played. Like, they're all about the meaning and less about like the gameplay.
Can you see why I
Still,
felt like
there's
this
good
was the right
gameplay,
thing
though.
to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is
Yeah.
good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that
Reassurance is
very
very
same
nice.
feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Oh no, is this gonna get really sad? Oh, please don't tell me it's gonna get really sad. The Tower. Same art style. I like this modernized art style. Oh. A little different now.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
So I got like 4 layers on. It's not helping. I'm still kind of cold. It's probably the game.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Oh, we know how the maze went last time. Oh my goodness.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all.
Okay, I'll just stop.
But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Oh, he gives us an option. Okay, I'm gonna try it, and it's gonna be stupid, but I'm gonna try it. Okay. I gave up. Not proud of it, but I gave up. Hey, this is the same floor as Stanley Parable. So you can tell that it's made by the same people.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever.
Oh.
I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
I don't know, to give you a seizure, maybe? Could be. Is this a passcode?
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code.
I got it.
Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him. But I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Dang it, I wasn't even close. Haha! Yes! I did it, guys. I didn't need any help. Forget what's right there. I did it all by myself. Aren't you impressed? Oh, jeez. Oh, that's kind of cool. There's people crying in the background, making me look uncomfortable. Nice.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Well, it's not your fault. I mean...
But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
It's a mental game. You know, you can't tell somebody...
Was I a failure
to
for
think
not
of an
understanding
idea.
this game?
Inception.
I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean.
Yeah, like the
And
dice.
he wouldn't.
Kind of. Huh. It's like, maybe he's just worried what other people will think. But you said that he did have other people say that
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed.
Jeez. I cannot imagine how horrible that must have been. Like, to feel like you failed your
Where did I
friend.
screw up?
Oh, poor guy. You didn't screw up. I don't think.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Oh my gosh. That's horrible. Oh my goodness.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, It actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable. And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself. And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Oh my goodness. I feel so bad for both of them.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
What the heck, dude?
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please. I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Oh my goodness. That was intense. Epilogue. Dang. So this guy made the Stanley Parable. So that gets me thinking,
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
that gets me thinking, since he is also a game developer, is he not sharing his own experiences? Or like, how does that work? Are they both game developers? Am I getting that wrong? I mean, not that would fix everything, or maybe even anything, but I just feel like some kind of like relatable experience could be helpful. I don't know, this is really sad. Like I can understand how the creativity is just like so much pressure, and that, you know, sometimes you just don't want to be helped. And when somebody takes it upon themselves to make you their project, I'm not saying that's what he did, but like I've felt that before. So I can understand that, but I also totally understand wanting to help somebody, especially if they're your friend.
Solution.
It's hard to live with yourself without even trying. So this is such a hard situation. Like,
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
to an extent, I don't think either of them are wrong. That's what's just so difficult about this. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like,
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
ooh, is this like a cave or something? So are these games that Davey made, or is this what Coda made? Because he said that was his last game. So what am I walking through right now?
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Yeah, I mean, human nature is completely... I mean, you need validation. Human validation is so important.
What now?
Honestly don't know.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for. And so I'm just gonna... Okay.
He actually left. That's it. Is this it? If this is it, I need to look up what happened. This is so depressing. Like, not only has this whole game just led up to, like, I just really hope there's a solution, but there isn't. You know? Like, not everything in life works out, I guess. I mean, I know that. But it's just like, I've been immersed in this story, and I felt like I've lived through these experiences with this person that I don't even know. And it's just like, now I just know that they're in a really dark place, both of them. And I guess it's human nature just to want to fix that. So I kind of think I'm like going through a little bit of what Davey may have felt. I don't know. I mean, not to put it on me or anything, but it's just so easy to see, like, for me at least, to see like where both of them are coming from and how it's like completely understandable what both of them did, I guess. I don't know. I mean, some parts of it's a little bit harder to see, but I gotta float. Don't tell me that's it. That is beautiful. Jeez, this is a massive maze. Like, never ending, basically.
Turn back.
Or
Turn back from this cave. You said, let me
this project would not have been
prove
possible
that
without the
I'm
individuals.
brave. Let me keep going. But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles. And you're so tired, but I know that you're strong. So turn back. Turn back.
Wow. That was a really powerful experience. That was it. Oh my goodness, I feel like I lost something in myself. So now they just both feel horrible. Oh, whoops. Okay, so I'm looking up like this story and like if there's any more to it after this game came out. Because this game came out, I think 2016? 2015. Dang. 5 years ago. 5 years ago. 2015. 5 years ago. Wow. Okay, so there are a lot of speculations. One of them is, that Coda is Davy. It's like an alter ego of himself, because apparently after making the beginner's guide, which was before after making the Stanley Parable, which was before the beginner's guide, Davy apparently went into a state of deep depression. And so it could be that he's kind of referring to himself, I guess, because the Stanley Parable, I mean, the art style in that game is decently similar to the games we were just seeing. I mean, like, they're very much like structural based, I don't know, like walls, obviously, but also just like walking based, and more focused on story and the meaning. There's also, obviously, Coda might be an actual real person. Yeah, like there are a couple times where he talks as if Coda was another person. I mean, there are many times where he does that, but there are a couple times where it wouldn't even make sense if it was him. Like when he says, why don't you just make the games more playable? Because I feel like they should be more playable. And Coda said, well, that's not really the point. And then he gave him a whole giant folder of playable games, as a joke. And he went through all of them and they weren't. Like, that wouldn't make sense if Coda was actually Davy. Well, I'm on fandom right now. And it says that in a podcast, Davy confirmed that Coda is fictional. So I don't know if that means Coda never existed and the idea behind it doesn't exist, or if it was just maybe Coda isn't Coda, but it's an actual other person. Or maybe it is Davy, I don't know. Oh dang, he made Gone Home, which I have played that game also. And that game is really an experience also. It felt like a horror game. So the whole time I was on edge. But I don't remember there being any jump scares. Maybe one or two. But it wasn't like there was a monster chasing you or anything. It was just a loud sound.
Well, I mean, within film school, what was the stuff that you were in general?
Well, I mean, this is now projecting down the line a ways, but after the Stanley HD or the commercial release came out, it forced me to confront that in a way that nothing in my life had ever asked me to confront that before. Yeah. Hey, the primary reason why you've been doing this is because you want to be liked, and it was really difficult. It was really, really hard to confront that. Yeah. But the fact that it didn't, kill me, means that I feel much stronger. And then following that was a lot of time spent trying to learn to make things in a way that I do find enjoyable for me, and the fact that that I got through that and that I really put in the time and the effort to figure out how to do that means that I think I'm a way better creator now, okay. Or I'm much happier now. Who knows, there's this big question mark in my mind of maybe I'll never produce anything as successful as the one where I was motivated almost entirely by a need to be loved by as many people as possible. Right. And that's sort of terrifying a little bit existentially. Yeah. I don't have the track record yet to say that actually I also made things that were successful when I was really happy doing what I'm doing, which is more of the phase that I'm in right now.
Huh. Where do you think that comes from?
Fucking it up over and over and over.
Okay, well, I mean, I haven't researched that much. I researched for maybe 10 minutes, guys. But it seems like, I mean, I know one thing, and that is that Coda does not exist. And that he is purely fictional. So then it's just what was the point of the game? Was it just to kind of shed light on the inner workings of game developers and game development itself, and creation and human validity. You know, I mean, I touched on a lot of topics that deal with, you know, depression, but also just like things that people need, things that humans need, and things that people strive for, you know? And I don't know what to think past. I honestly don't know. I feel, I don't know. Like that was crazy. Like it was very emotional, and I could see Coda kind of in myself at times. I could see Davey sometimes in myself, and overall it was a great game. It was a great experience, very powerful. But like I don't know what the meaning. Like what was the point? You know, it was a good game. I liked playing it, and it was powerful. But like, Coda doesn't exist. So is it just Davey going over those topics because, you know, he's passionate about them and, you know, he went through them himself and he wants to shed light on it? Or maybe, I don't know. I feel really weird. Because, like, I was personally affected by this game. Like, I really wanted to figure out, you know, like, is Coda okay? And just to find out that he doesn't exist. It's just kind of like, oh. But yeah, I mean, apparently, Davey refuses to explain the game, and it's up to interpretation, so I don't know. But, that was the beginner's guide. Now, I have played the Stanley Parable before, so I said I was probably going to play it. I may still end up playing it, if you guys want me to, if you comment down below. Human validity. But, yeah, I don't know where to go from here. So I think that's where I'll end it. I mean, thank you all so much for watching. If you have any ideas on maybe the meaning of this game, maybe what you took from it, I'd love to hear what you guys think of this game and how it affected you, or maybe how it didn't affect you. Maybe you were going through it and you're like, Coda does not seem real at all. I'd like to know that in the comments. I mean, that would be super interesting to see what you guys think. So, once again, thank you all so much for watching. And remember to stay safe out there. Lather up that sunscreen. And I will see you in the next one.